合唱ナモ阿弥陀仏
ナモ阿弥陀仏
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 ナマンダナマンダナマンダナマンダ。
Hello, and welcome to the 2021 Memorial Day TSDBT YouTube service. We're really glad you could come and join us today. Service order for today is Juseige. You can find Juseige on page 57 in the Blue Denver Service Book. We'll then have a reading of The Three Treasures by Sensei Frank Miyazawa. And then we'll have a Dharma talk in English. Thank you so much for coming once again. And if you don't have a copy of the Blue Denver Service Book, don't worry, because down in the description below, you can find a hyperlink to a PDF copy of the Blue Denver Service Book. Feel free to print it off or save it on your desktop for any time. And if you like this video and want to see more like it, please feel free to hit the subscribe button and the thumbs up. We really appreciate all the work everyone's done to keep everyone so safe, and have a great Memorial Day weekend. Please remember to say the Nembutsu.
Gagon chose ga hishimu jodo shigan fumanzo seifu josho ga世主不再小便具政府上昇学が市場仏の妙所長寺法空教未証門政府上昇学利欲人少年上映主本業しぐむ浄土一生天人師人類起現代公不生無才道少女三苦名交際集約難回避知恵源滅死根門閉塞小悪道通達全宗門高僧上満足異様老寺法日願修十期天候無限一種解放像公正空読法上 修従説法ししく供養一切部具足修徳本元年心情満徳意三概要女仏無下知津断未不詳願学へ理投資最小尊志願や効果大戦の感動国書天人当地名家ナマンナブナマンナブナマンナブナマンナブナマンナブナマンナブ願にしく読平等正祭道本もないし往生安楽合唱ナモ阿弥陀仏
ナモアミダ仏。
ナモ阿弥陀仏
ナモアミダ仏。
ナモ阿弥陀仏
ナモアミダ仏。ナモンダナモンダナモンダナモンダナモンダ。
Three treasures. Hard is it to be born into human form. Now we are living it. Difficult is it to hear the teachings of the Blessed One. Now we hear it. If we do not deliver ourselves in the present life, no hope is there that we shall be freed from suffering and sorrow in the ocean of birth and death. Let us reverently take refuge in the three treasures of the truth. I take refuge in the Buddha. May we all together absorb into ourselves the principle of the way to enlightenment and become aware of his supreme teaching. I take refuge in the Dharma. May we all together be submerged in the depth of his doctrine and gain wisdom as deep as the ocean. I take refuge in the Sangha. may we all together become units in true accord, in the life of harmony, in a spirit of universal brotherhood, freed from the bondage of selfishness. Even through ages of myriads of kalpas, hard is it to hear such an excellent, profound, and wonderful doctrine. Now we are able to hear and receive it. Let us thoroughly understand the true meaning of Tathagata's teaching. Namu Amida Buddha. Namu Amida Buddha. Namu Amida Buddha. Manda namanda namanda.
Hello, everyone. If you please join me in Gassho as I read from the Kyogo Shinsho, chapter on realization. Conclusion to the aspect of going forth. As I contemplate the teaching, practice, shinjin, and realization of the true essence of the Pure Land Way, I see that they are the benefit that the Tathagata directs to us in his great compassion. Therefore, whether with regard to the cause or to the fruition, there is nothing whatsoever that has not been fulfilled through Amida Tathagata's directing of virtue to beings out of his pure vow mind. Because the cause is pure, the fruit is also pure. Reflect on this. On the aspects of return to this world. Second is Amida's directing of virtue for our return to this world. This is the benefit we receive, the state of benefiting and guiding others. It arises from the vow of necessary attainment of the rank of succession to Buddhahood, also known as the vow of succession to Buddhahood after one lifetime. It may be further called the vow of directing virtue for our return to this world. Namo Amida Buddha. Namo Amida Buddha. Namo Amida Buddha. Namanda Buddha. Namanda Buddha. Namanda Buddha. Welcome everyone to our YouTube service, and I'm going to give a Dharma talk for Memorial Day. And Memorial Day is a very American holiday, but I also think it's a very Buddhist holiday. And here's why. So traditionally, Memorial Day is a day which we celebrate those who have fallen in war. In the independence of America, within our civil wars, our small wars on the Western fronts, our involvement in the Great War, in World War II, the Vietnam and Korean conflicts, and sadly, the conflicts that still happen in the Middle East. And so we look at Memorial Day as a day to say thank you to those who have decided to put on a uniform, carry a gun, or carry a medical pack, or carry their book in order to help those and help the rest of us live free in America every day. And traditionally, I think that that is one interpretation of the concept of Memorial Day, and that we're going to go look at these soldiers and say, thank you very much. And that's an important aspect, because we have to look at the causes and the conditions that have created the place in which we live today. And that is the sacrifice of many different people, from my ancestors to everyone's ancestors who have put on the uniform and served. And especially here within the Tri-State Denver Buddhist Temple, we have to look to the members of the 442 and the MIS who bravely served while their families were interred illegally. So that is something I think that we should reflect upon, and those causes and conditions which bring us here today. But at the same time, I think there's something else to Memorial Day, because I think sacrifice is not just one on the battlefield, but rather the actions that we all take every day. So the immigrants who came, my ancestors who came from Europe, from Ireland, and from England, and from France, who came here and worked the land, traveled west all the way out to Oregon by the early 1800s, here to Colorado, my family who were miners, hard rock miners in the late 1800s, to families that came from Japan, families that came from China, the families that came from India, from Russia, from Africa, both in chains and not. We have to look at all the works, the good works that they did to bring us to where we are today. The causes and conditions in the stream of consciousness, the stream of existence from before us is now touching us today. It was every single event that had to happen before this moment to now to make us who we are today and the events that we are today. So on Memorial Day, we look backwards to those. And we can also say thank you to all the work the farmers did. Thank you to all the work the construction workers did. Thank you to all the work everyone did. So I think in that way, the thought of total connection, this is a very Buddhist holiday. Because we don't live in a vacuum. We don't live unto ourselves. We have the cause and effect of all actions around us on us at all times. And because we're all foolish beings, and we have our Bombu nature, all these actions have the greed, the anger, and the ignorance that are the trademark of existing in samsara. So it's kind of hard, right? And that's why we look backwards. And another thing on Memorial Day, especially here at the Tri-State Denver Buddhist Temple, we go and we visit the graves of those who have passed before us. And within浄土真宗Buddhism, we don't say the Nembutsu for our ancestors. Shinran said in the Tani show, I have never said the Nembutsu out of filial piety. I have never said the Nembutsu for the sake of my parents. Because we don't have to. In fact, when we look backwards and we see those that come before us, what we see is our great teachers. The people who have already gone to the Pure Land and are looking back at us. So what I read from the Kyogo Shinsho today addresses that. There is two sets of words within Jodo Shinshu. Also echo, genso echo. Once gone and once returned. So Shinran says, as I contemplate the teaching, practice, shinjin, and realization of the true essence of the Pure Land Way, I see that there are the benefit that the Tathagata directs us in his great compassion. Therefore, whether with regard to the cause or the fruition, there is nothing whatsoever that has not been fulfilled by Amida Tathagata's directing of virtue of beings out of his vow mind. Because it is a pure mind, the fruit is pure. Reflect upon this. That means with the fulfillment of the 18th vow, with saying the other power Nembutsu, with that one thought moment of clarity, with Shinjin, you will be born in the Pure Land of Amida Buddha. And the Pure Land of Amida Buddha is not heaven. It is not a place to go and chill. It is a place to deepen your understanding of the Dharma. It is the place to become a Buddha. It is a place to become a great teacher. So you go to the Pure Land. You do not stay in the Pure Land. You go to learn. You go to return and work. Genso Eko. And so when we look back at our ancestors on this day, on Memorial Day, we can see them looking back at us, and what they tell us, they say the Nembutsu. Join me in this great work. Embrace yourself within this vow power of Amida Buddha. Understand your limitations, because they are the same limitations which applied upon me. And so we look backwards and we see an example. Not someone we have to lift up, but rather someone we should be like. Someone who we should understand the causes and conditions that brought them to where they are. And this goes to the aspect of return to this world. Genso Eko. Second, Amida's directing of virtue for our return to this world. This is the benefit we receive. The benefits we receive. One of the true benefits of this other power Nembutsu practice is that we get to come back and work. We get to come back and liberate all beings. And this is part of Amida's great working. This is the benefit we receive, the state of benefiting and guiding others. It arises from the vow of necessary attainment of the rank of succession to Buddhahood, also known as the vow of succession to Buddhahood after one lifetime. It may further be called the vow of directing of virtues for our return to this world. And this entire conversation comes out of Shandao's work, and Dalawan's work. So both of them talk about this returning aspect and how important it is within our Nembutsu relationship. So we look to Amida and say, Amida, please save me from this world, this samsara world, from my own greed, anger, and ignorance. Because I can't do it on my own. I can't build the merit on my own. But in helping me liberate from this world, please let me come back and help. Because this is not a selfish act. Saying that Nembutsu is not for you. It liberates you, but it allows you to help everyone else. The Nembutsu is the Nembutsu of kindness. And so as we look back at those that came before us and the kindness they did for us, the work they did for us, the clearing of the land, the building of the houses, the building of the roads, the system of education we have all gotten to do. We all read and write now. We all have computers now. We all get to drive around in cars and we have medicine. That is the product of those who came before us, and we should be eternally grateful. But we should also be mostly grateful because they have spread to us this Nembutsu teaching. Namo Amida Butsu. And it is the will of Amida Buddha that we say back, Namo Amida Butsu, taking full refuge in the vow power that is. So to that end, I want to say thank you to all those who served in uniform. Many of you had to do things that were absolutely horrid, but you did it out of kindness for us. And I am deeply appreciative, even if the actions were morally reprehensible. Thank you to all those who came before us. And on this Memorial Day, let's not just barbecue and swim in pools as we take these masks off slowly. Let's not just go out and party and be in the mountains, but let's take a moment to reflect on everything that brought us to where we are today. And in that reflection, let's remember the key aspect of this saying, Namo Amida Butsu, and be truly grateful for those who did the work before us. To that end, I want to read Gobunsho, Shonen Ichiru. This is the traditions of Shinran Shonen. And this is another way for us to look back in time and think upon someone who did a lot of work for us and helped bring us to this Nembutsu practice. Shonen ichiru no gon kanke no omumuki wa shinjin no motte honto serare soro sono yue wa moro moro no zogyo wa nagesutette isshin ni mida ni kimyo sureba 不可思議の眼力として文の方より往生は事情さしめたもそのくらいを一年ぽきに症状史上とも釈しその上の称名念仏如来我が往生を定めたまいしご恩法人の念仏と心べきなりあなかしこあなかしこ Please join me in Gasho. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu.